In this video, I want to demonstrate how to use the thread wizard to make this thread as shown here. So I'm going to end the section view and I'm going to control tab back to my other part. I'm also going to click on this part and tell it to open. So it's open. I'm just going to rotate it around. And from this point forward, I'm going to deviate from what he does for the rest of the chapter and do it slightly differently. So what I want to do is I want to add a thread wizard. And I would do this in case I'm actually 3D printing my model. I need a physical thread. So rather than insert a cosmetic thread here, I'm going to add a thread wizard to here. So I'm going to come up to the drop down menu below Hole Wizard and tell it I want to create a thread. And the window will open up here in a second. But before it does, it's warning me that this isn't a great thread. That's okay. It's just for looks and maybe for 3D printing. So as the start location of the thread, I'm going to come here and grab this circle here. We'll give it a minute. And I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to say create the thread as if it were being made with an inch tap, that the size is 1/4-20. So I'll choose the 1/4-20 size. You'll notice 1/4-20 has a pitch of 50 thou. He does 80 thou, but that would be 12.5 threads per inch. I don't want to bother with that. I want to use a standard size. I'm going to tell it the method is to cut the thread. I'm also going to come down here and say trim the thread with the start face, which will be here, and trim the thread with the end face. So I'll come back up here, click in this box, and I'm going to tell it the end condition is up to selection. I'm going to select this face. I also want it to continue on, so I'm going to tell it to offset it by 100 thou, and we'll look this way to make sure it offsets through the part. And it does, and the same thing here. I want to offset this end. I'll go by 100 thou as well. I'll just flip that. I want to make sure it comes all the way out, and the trimming will trim it to the face here. So I'll say OK, and it'll take a minute, and SolidWorks will build that thread for me. And to double check it, I'll just take a section view, say OK, rotate it around, zoom in a bit, and the thread looks good. So I'll end the section view. I'll rebuild and save my work, and then I'll close this part. Go back to the assembly, and in the next videos we'll start making this into a functional assembly.